Alex Weicker here, owner and principal attorney at Amigos Immigration Law and Services. Today, I'm here to talk to you about a brand new program for Venezuelan parole. This program allows Venezuelans or their immediate family members who are currently outside the United States to lawfully enter the United States and stay here legally for up to 2 years while they can get work permits and social security numbers or possibly apply for other immigration benefits if they're eligible. This video is going to talk a little bit about who's eligible for the program and how to apply. First of all, who is eligible for this program? It's Venezuelans or their immediate family members. So immediate family members would include spouses, common law partners, or unmarried children under 21 who are currently outside the United States, have valid passports, and can comply with the vaccination requirements. So this is an important point. If you're a Venezuelan national and you have a spouse who is not a Venezuelan national or who is a dual Venezuelan national in another country, or perhaps your children are not Venezuelan nationals, but as long as you are Venezuelan, those other family members will qualify to be eligible to enter the United States under this program. It doesn't matter if they're permanent residents in other countries. It doesn't matter if they are refugees in other countries, so long as the principal Venezuelan is not a dual national or a permanent resident of another country or a refugee or asylee in another country. As long as they meet these requirements, they can be beneficiaries under the program. So applying for the program is actually very, very simple. It is a streamlined program created by USCIS, kind of based on the recent Ukrainian parole program. What you need is something called a supporter or a financial sponsor who files a form I-134 for each beneficiary. And this is important. So no matter how big the family unit is, there must be a separate I-134 filed for each beneficiary who wants to be paroled into the United States. So you can have one supporter file all of the I-134s, or you can have multiple separate supporters. The requirements to be a supporter are that you must be somebody who has lawful status in the United States and is financially capable of supporting one or more beneficiaries to be paroled into the United States and support them until they can be on their feet. So key point to point out here is you have to be in lawful status to be a supporter. So that would be US citizens, lawful permanent residents, people who are in valid non-immigrant status, such as students or work visas, H-1Bs, DACA, TPS. This would all count as people who can be financial supporters for the parole program. A person who would not qualify would be somebody who has a pending asylum application that has not been granted asylum in the United States. They could not be a financial supporter. The level of financial resources you have to have, it's not clear-cut. Generally, I follow the federal poverty guidelines. If you can make 100% of the federal poverty guidelines for your household size, that's probably a good indicator if you're able to be a financial sponsor under this program. There's no clear-cut rule. If you really have questions, you can talk to an attorney or a nonprofit on your eligibility to do this. So if you qualify as a sponsor, you can file the I-134 form online, or you can file it in paper. And again, you file one I-134 for each beneficiary who's going to come into the United States. After you file the I-134, it will be processed by USCIS, and they will then reach out to the beneficiaries individually to continue processing them for the parole program. This means that the beneficiaries must provide a valid email address for USCIS to contact them. Once USCIS contacts them, they're going to be required to create an online account and complete the process. Once they complete the process, assuming that they are eligible, they will then be contacted by CBP, which is Border Patrol, and they will have to file their application for parole online. Once they're vetted for that, they will receive an admission document. This admission document is going to be valid for 90 days. That means that they must enter the United States within 90 days of being issued the admission document. All Venezuelans who receive, or other beneficiaries who receive this admission document, can travel to the United States by themselves, except for minors who are under 18. Minors under 18 must travel with an adult to the United States. After they enter the United States, they will be paroled into the United States for a period of up to 2 years. Now, parole is not a status, but it does allow them to stay legally for the duration of the parole. And after they come in on parole, they can then apply for their work permits and their social security numbers or other benefits that they wish to apply for. There are a couple exceptions to people who would otherwise be eligible for the program. And those exceptions are individuals who have been deported from the United States within the last 5 years, or if they're under some other type of restriction following a deportation order. So normally that would be 10 years or 20 years or a possible lifetime restriction for certain types of deportations. If you've got a deportation order, again, I would recommend talking to an attorney. Some other individuals who cannot enter the United States under this program would be people who have illegally entered the United States, Mexico, or Panama after October 19th, 2022. So if you fall under that exception, unfortunately, you're not going to qualify for the program. Otherwise, again, dual nationals. So if you're a Venezuelan and you have a Portuguese passport as well, which is pretty common, you are not going to be allowed to enter on the program. However, again, you could enter as a family member of somebody who does qualify under the program. So that's essentially how the program works. There is no filing for the fee for the program. If you want to apply for a work permit, there may be a filing fee. You might qualify for a fee waiver. Again, if you have questions, talk to an attorney, nonprofit. But otherwise, that's how the program works. I hope this is helpful to you.